picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up.
Hey, look, came in with the what's that? Left out with the who she? Laying game like 2D, I been kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Margarita to the brim tip, black denim need a slim fit. Same people that I flex with be the ones that I'm in the gym with. I'm a living legend, you a dead cause, and I'm dead ass. No, I'm dead, right? Leaving early, but I'm here night. Long and short to keep the head right. Teed up out in Malibu, got sand all in my good shoes. Press a nigga with the pessimism, but I only came for the good news. I am the show that they came for, hitting the target I aim for. We been discussing the contract, just telling they get what they paid for. I am not fucking with poverty, really it started to bother me. I need the yacht with the property, that come with the view that you gotta see. Came up from the basement, hit the rooftop with a passion. Bad bitch with some good credit and a good sense for the fashion. Dope blowing with the left hand, ass gripping with the right hand. Uber share to the airport, I'ma hit you back when my flight
Bill, I'm in
land.
the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'ma flick up.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do? What it do? We're in the trap again on another Sunday night. Woo! It's been a long week. It's been a long week. Even though I had to take off Thursday and Friday, it has been a long week. Come on in. Come on in. We're gonna relax tonight, and we ain't gonna. I don't think we're gonna get too intense, but I do have a couple of topics that we can dive into. I want to give a couple of shout outs before my guest click in. Hopefully he clicks in. I'm waiting on them to get in. Shout out to the boxing section, and then shout out to Silent Heroes, and he did a documentary on 9 Wives. I watched, and that's a powerful short flick, man. It's really powerful. So go check him out, man. At 9 Wives, the documentary. It's on. I'll let the doc explain himself, and even go over to his podcast, Barbershop Conversations, where they talk all things boxing, and then he got some other things. You know, he talks about. It's really organic, man. That's what I like about Barbershop Conversation. And then I like boxing, but I haven't been into it like these guys are into it, and so I'm learning. And then I'm also, I also have my own opinion about fighters and in the different weight classes and stuff like that. But that's what they do. Like with transportation, that's what I do. That's what they do. And so I enjoy, listening to the expertise, listening to their thoughts on it, because like I said, they watch it 24/7. They watch it 24/7. And so at the end of the day, I'm really just I'm glad I came across that the podcast. And then Kyle, which is his right hand man. Come on, man, stop all this here. Which is his right hand man. He has something called the boxing section. Now he goes on extremely. I'll be asleep. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be asleep, man. And so I just have to catch them on the rebroadcast. You know what I mean? I have to catch them on the rebroadcast, and then Kwame, bro. I mean, Kwame Brown, he's still doing his thing. He talks about trades a lot, and so with him, I like his content of, him just being himself, and that's just how I am. And so, man, you guys go check out boxing section. Go check out. I shouted them out early in the week. I did a little I think a little 30, 40 minute news segment later on in the week. And so go check them out, man. Go check and see what they all about. Tell somebody, tell a friend, man. Y'all click that like button, click the subscription button. Tell somebody, man. We doing this here over here at Trapping at the Freight Trapping Podcast, and we're giving some expertise from where we are, and so we got a lot of things going on. We don't forget to go to the Freight Trapping Apparel. We have some deals going on. We got some deals going on. Don't miss out, man. It's getting cold. You need those hoodies. Go get them. Go get those hoodies, man, because you don't want to miss out on this deal on these hoodies, man. Cause if you do, you'll be mad at yourself. You'll be mad at yourself. So go check it out. I wish I could share this, but I can't because I can't download it. So it's 15% off. Hurry up. Year-end sale, 15% off. This is gonna be my last interview for the year. We're gonna shut it down until January. Yes, sir. We're gonna shut it down until January. So, um, let's do this and let's get it in. Until my interview comes in, and if he doesn't come in by 6:30, we'll shut it down. If he doesn't get in by 6:30, uh, I had something going on. My new co-host had something going on today. You know, it's even though we behind this, we still have stuff going on. I don't make the type of money to just boom drop this. So I still got to go to work. Still got to go do those things to make money to keep the bills paid. So, but yeah, man. One thing I want to talk about is everybody saying that it's a bad time to get into trucking. It actually is a good time to get into trucking, but it's a bad time to want a new truck. Let me say that because I'm gonna tell you something. Even though, even though, um, truck parts, electronics, and all of that type of stuff for the truck, all of the new stuff that has been implemented, even though that is scarce, you still have trucks that are sitting at the dealerships that you could purchase. So I don't really think that it's that there's no equipment. It's just hard to get parts for the equipment that you have. You know what I mean? It's hard to get parts for the equipment that you have, and hence that's the problem. Is I can't get my truck fixed to get back on the road to make said money that's available. Cause it is money available. It is loads available. We're still coming out. I'm gonna say coming out because I'm not. I don't want to speak. You know, I don't want to speak that over us again. But we're still rebounding from being home and being locked up in our rooms and our houses and all of that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, when you're locked up like that and this went on for what, a year and a half, you run out of supplies. You run out of supplies. You run out of manufacturing. People don't go to work. People lose jobs. So we're rebounding. And in the rebounding aspect of it, you still have you still have some things that are trying to get to us. Case in point, I said it Thursday, Friday, Thursday. You have ships that are in the water that's trying to get to shore. So if you got ships on top of ships in the California waiting to get to the port of California. You still have some ships trying to get to the port of Houston. And those are two of your biggest ports in America, especially down here in Bayport and in LaPorte. Man, Houston is the energy source, the biggest energy source in the United States. So it's imperative that those things stay moving. I wish that they could do like a 24. I think during the week they should run the port should be going 24/7. They're union. They're unionized. So I think something should be where, hey man, even if it's a skeleton crew, hey man, and then you have certain carriers that get approved to come in, hey man, let's keep it running. Let's get this ship here unloaded. Let's get it reloaded. Let's get it restocked with food and beverages and to make that trip back, because you do know those people on that ship have to eat also, right? So, man, it is a logistics nightmare trying to get those ships to these ports and do it safely. Get them in, get them unloaded, get them reloaded, get them restocked in a timely fashion, and then. But the biggest thing you have is the safety aspect of it, right? Man, and then you got these interest groups that don't want to allow truckers to go exempt or be exempt on the uh 14-hour rule, or it ain't even a 14-hour rule. That's still in place. It's just the adjustment on how you can take your 10-hour break, and how and when you can, how your 30-minute break is done. So it's not even a big leap. All they did was turn as well as using the 8 and the 2, they allowed you to use a 7 and a 3. That means 8 hours of rest, then a 2 hours of rest, or you can do a 7 hours of rest and then 3 hours of rest. Either way, it's 10 hours. But see, when you're in compliance, you can only do even number, meaning 8 and a 2 or 2 and a 8. I don't know. Something got has to give. Something has to come through. Uh something has to give. Something has to give. So let me jump into this. I really want to talk about this. I really wanna I really want to talk about this. And I'm gonna read this article, and I'm gonna get into it. And we halfway there. And if the gentleman is not in by the time I get done, then I just have him reschedule. Let me check my email real quick. I want to get into this. I want to get into this article, and I think it's old, but I still want to get into it because it affects us as drivers. Anything affects us as drivers, I want to talk about it. Anything. Okay. Sorry, he hasn't responded. Okay. Uh. Anything. Uh. Hold on, y'all. Uh. So let's go through this article real quick. Georgia trucker faces murder charges after road rage shooting. Let's check this out. A 66-year-old truck driver from Georgia is in a Pennsylvania jail charged with murder following what police say was a road rage related shooting on Interstate 81 in West Virginia. Uh, West Virginia Herald, West Virginia news outlet reports Harold Rue, 66, of Gwinnett, Georgia, has been charged with murder. He allegedly shot and killed Ronaldo Gonzalez, 29, of Hialeah, Florida, during a road rage incident shortly after 9 a.m. Tuesday morning on I-81 near the Marlow Falling Waters exit. The Berkeley County Sheriff's Office reports the shooting occurred near the 23-mile marker on North I-81. It said both of them were truckers, pulled onto the shoulder of the highway. The two truckers scuffled, and Rue reportedly fired twice at Medelia with a sawed-off shotgun. Wow. With the sawed-off shotgun. Now, it's not against. There's nowhere in the rules that it said uh that it said that you can't carry a firearm as a trucker. As a matter of fact, a lot of truckers carry firearms. I wouldn't recommend that they don't, because it's a lot of rogues, a lot of vandals out there, and they'll test you. You going from state to state, you don't know where not to go, where to go. You got deliveries in some unsavory places. So I wouldn't recommend, if you're legal, that you don't carry a firearm. But guess what? Every state you go through, you need to check and make sure that whatever their rules is in that state, that you abide by them. So if I'm a long haul, and I know I got a straight shot every week going from Houston to North Dakota, so I know I got to go through Oklahoma, I got to go through Colorado, I got to go through South Dakota, and then I hit North Dakota. So I would check with all of those states to make sure I'm in compliance. Well, what happened was these guys, let me tell you what happened when you're in the truck. You rolling down the highway, you're on that CB, you're talking, you're playing music, and somebody gets on there that don't like what you're doing or don't like what you and somebody got going on the CB, right? All kind of things go on the CB. We all know that. Get on the CB. You don't take it to heart. All you kind of do is just kind of, yeah, man, whatever, and keep it moving. Keep your conversation going, because there's no way that they can stop your handle from talking to his handle, and all they can do is just shut their handle off, right? Plain and simple. But no, we don't do that. We don't do that. And I say we because, I've been I got caught up in a CB beef. Let's call it a CB beef. Just like they got Twitter beefs, they got Instagram beefs, they got computer gangsters. You got gangsters on the CB. And every now and then, you will get that real gangster that'll tell you, hey man, pull up, this my truck. This the color of my truck. This the lot I'm parked in. I'll be standing outside the truck waiting on you. I wouldn't advise that one way or the other. I wouldn't go find this truck, and I wouldn't tell somebody where to find my truck. Especially if we going back and forth on the CB. I don't know you, you don't know me. You could be talking to somebody who really don't give a damn. They looking for a reason to check out. You don't know the mental stability of these dudes on this CB. And I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I'm on the CB. Who am I proving something to? Well, these two guys, I have to think, and I have to just think that by them being truckers and them not knowing, now, it's another thing that could have happened. They could have had some jockeying on the highway. And they could have possibly had something to say to each other back at the rest stop, back at the Flying J, the Pilot, the Loves, whatever. But I have to just use my common sense to say, if they say this was a road rage, it had to have started on the CB. And see, the thing about a CB is this. You can't record a CB unless you got your phone and, but you being on the CB is not being recorded. You could hear it. If a police got a CB in his car, he could hear all the truckers go by. Hey, there, look out there, driver. There's a barrel right there at that 25-mile marker on the left. He's sitting in between them. And in between that medium driver, y'all watch out, man. Y'all got 3-4 barrels running around down here. Hey, man, that old chicken coop open down here, man. Y'all slow it down or you get right. You know what I'm saying? The chicken coop open, that kind of thing. So I believe it started. It had to start behind the CB. No telling what it started behind. He cut him off. He wouldn't let him over. His truck go faster. His truck go slow. He hit his brakes. I almost made him run in the back of him. But you wouldn't have ran in back of him if you had an 8-second lead. Gave him an 8-second lead. So I just feel that it was some CB beef going on. Yeah, some CB beef going on. Especially when they said they pulled over on the shoulder. Man, I am not finna waste my time with nobody. Now, if you following me, I get off, you get off. I get back on, you get back on. And I slow down. You put up on the side of me. Pull over, man. Go on, man. Go on about your business, bro. I'm trying to get home to my family. Go on, man. But now you got somebody trying to be the hero, trying to prove that, hey, man, I'm a man just like you. Yeah, you a man just like me. Okay? So they pull over on the shoulder, and this is what happens. It's alleged Rue shot Medelia. I forgot. I can't pronounce his name. Mediavalia, and then took off, heading north on I-80. He hit and ran. He shot the brother, shot the young man, old man, whoever he was. Rest in peace. And the guy kept going. He took off. He could have stood there, called 911, and said, man, I just got into this tour with this dude, man. But that ain't what he done. He shot him and burned off. Boom. I just wonder what it say. 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. So the sun was up. What these guys beefing about at 9 a.m. in the morning? A 66-year-old and a 29-year-old. Man, I look at that old man like, yeah, all right, man, you got it. You right. Yeah, you right. Mm-hmm. Or I just left it at words. He was eventually pulled over and taken into custody in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Police in West Virginia and in Pennsylvania continue their investigation. Bruh, bruh. I just can't see it, man. I just can't see myself going back and forth with somebody behind the CD. I can't. I can't see myself going behind it with somebody on the back of CD. I mean, over a CB. For whatever reason, it ain't that serious, man. It is not that serious. For real. So, man, my little guest ain't came in yet. So, guess what? I told y'all I was just gonna hit you with something. I hit you with something Thursday, so this gonna make up my whole hour, man. But guess what, man? You drivers out there, man, don't get in no CB beef behind nobody with nobody, man, because it is not worth it. It's not worth it, bruh. It ain't worth it. Go home to your families, man. Let these cats have that highway, man. Let these cats have that highway. I know it gets under my skin when people jump in front of you, when people cut you off, when drivers think that you supposed to give them the right of way when they're not. When a truck driver who knows that he's not the pull, he don't supposed to pull in the traffic, and his whole trailer is covering 4 lanes, and he just pull out because he tired of waiting. You can't get into them cats, bro. Let them have it, bro. I'm not lying. I'm starting to. I used to. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Age brings about wisdom. Experience brings about knowledge. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Now that's not to say that I don't get upset when something like that happens. But I don't get upset to the point where I need to pull this guy over and give him a piece of my mind. And give him a piece of my mind. Nah, I don't need to do that. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't Rick. It is not worth it. Believe me when I tell you, it is not worth it. So at the end of the day, oh yeah, let me talk about this right here. Hey boy, and I think my wife will she find this hilarious. Let's talk about this. Uh, is it possible to be working on a holiday and not become a Grinch? Is it possible? Is it possible to work on the holidays and not become a Grinch? I'm gonna give you I'm gonna run through these and it will be done. I'm gonna call it a night. But I'm gonna say this here. It is. I drove trucks over the road by myself, solo driver, solo, for close to 15 years, right? Well, really, yeah, close to 15 years, because even when I got in the tankers, I was still running from Houston to Long Beach. So I would still be running sometimes uh, during the holidays or immediately after the holidays. Let me put it like that. Immediately after the holidays. And so over the years of me hustling to get back home for the holidays, sometimes I would get back the day of Christmas. Sometimes I would get back Christmas Eve night. Sometimes I would get back New Year's Eve night. Sometimes I would get back New Year's. It just all depends how I feel, especially if it fall in the middle of the week. Oh man, please. I'm not finna mess my paycheck up like that. Hey, you gonna pay me extra to run? You gonna give me something on top of this? Yeah, I'm gone. Hey, babe, look, right? That I didn't even realize kind of made me like, it is what it is. And plus, on top of me being, you know, becoming conscious and understanding what the holidays mean and all of that kind of stuff. And I just kind of was like, I'm good if you do, good if you don't. But then I had a son, and he brought me out of being a Grinch. I wasn't a total Grinch. I just all them lights and stuff, putting them on the house and all of that kind of stuff, man. I'm just like, man, I don't need to do all that, bro, cause that's gonna be up for 2 weeks, and then now you gonna want me to take them down. There's more work on me. But I'm not a Grinch, but I was tight about it. I was tight about Christmas, all because I knew what it was. I knew what happened, and I knew where and how it functioned. Right? Okay. I didn't want to do it. So for you truckers out there, here we go. Few times of the year as a emotional jacked up as Christmas. Christmas holidays are the most emotional jacked up time for drivers, prisoners, homeless people, for people who don't have any family, for people who are going through depression or just came out of a breakup. This is the worst time of the year for people in those categories and many more. But for the driver, because this is a transportation podcast. And if anybody else finds that this is if anybody else finds that this is worth, hold on, y'all, I'm just looking at these highlights. I'm sorry. Ooh, he caught that. Ooh. Uh that's a you got mouse moment. So if anybody find any of these things worthy of, it's gonna help you, use them. So number one is stay connected to the loved ones who matter. If you're on that road, man, talk to your kids, talk to your loved ones. Make sure you stay connected to them. Make sure you do a Zoom, man. This is some of the best time now, because I think what the pandemic did was showed us that we have more tools as drivers and as individuals to use to stay connected, have meetings, not miss a meeting, not miss a court date, all of that kind of stuff. So, man, get on Zoom, get on type, on Skype, get type, get on Skype, get on FaceTime, uh, StreamYard, set up something to where when you're on the road that you can see your family, see your kids, talk to them. They can bring you into the family functions, and they could say, "Hey, Here's dad put you up on a pedestal and let you see everybody while you sitting in the back of your truck. Pull over for an hour or two. Take your break. Have a moment with your kids while you're on the road through FaceTime, through Skype. Because I'm going to tell you what, all of them gifts under the Christmas tree that you say Santa Claus brought, but they know you brought them, guess what? They going to be fine once you get back home, because then when you get back home, they're going to want you to fix every bike, fix every doorhouse, fix everything up. So stay connected with your family. Stay connected with those who love you and you love them. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousins, your wife, your kids. Stay connected is number one. Stay connected. And that's for everybody. Whether you in a big truck or not, stay connected. These seasons, this season, Thanksgiving and Christmas are within that 30-day time span, is one of the most happiest times, but for some it's the most loneliest times. For vendors of libations, it's the best of times, and for all food sources, it's the best of time. It's just unfortunate that we having supply chain issues, but we're still okay. We're still okay. If you don't have a turkey, use a chicken. If you don't have a chicken, just have stuffing. Have sides. It's always more than one way to skin a cat. It don't matter what you have as long as you have family. Cause Toby and that monumental tour, I wish I could have been there tonight. That man got a song that says, out of 1,000,000 people that have gone on, I'm still here. Now it's debatable whether or not I'm still here is good or bad, but for us it's good. 1,000,000 people have died, but I'm still here. People have lost mothers, fathers, children, friends, cousins, uncles, and you're still here. And I thank God for his covering over everybody. To those who lost them, his covering kept you. And to those who didn't lose, his covering kept you. Kept your family. Shout out to Just the Three. Shout out to Just the Three. We, the Lighthouse Church, and the prison ministry of the Lighthouse Church, we went out to Just the Three yesterday, man, and I got up at 5:30 in the morning to be over at Just the Three for 8 o'clock service. We had service from 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Then they had another one at 12, but I have family, so I had to come home and do. But we go there, and those guys are great. Shout out to Just the Three unit, man. And I'm going to start doing that more often. I don't care who here. Shout out to that Just the Three unit down there in Rosenberg, Texas, man. We go down there and talk to those guys all the time. Those guys can't be home with their family. They can't FaceTime. They can't Skype. They can't do nothing. But see, everybody try to say they phone calls. They get 2 phone calls a year. They try to say they phone calls for Thanksgiving time and Christmas time. A lot of those guys have lost family members to this pandemic, and they can't do anything to support them but pray. So remember, stay connected. Shout out to Just the Three, man. Had a great time yesterday, man. I enjoyed you guys. Stay connected no matter where you are. Do something special before you hit the road or after. Before you hit that road, man, do something. Do something. Have Christmas before you leave. Who said Christmas has to be on the 25th? Do it on the 23rd. Do it on the 24th. Do it on the 26th. Do it on the 27th when you get home. Break the tradition, bruh. You ain't got to be traditional. Do this when you want to. You Santa Claus. Ain't no such thing as no Santa Claus. You're Santa Claus. I don't care about all of that, man. Do as a dad or mom out there on that road going to get it. Do Christmas whenever you want to. And if you give to your kids all year round when they ask you for stuff, you're already doing it. So what's the difference? Ain't nobody worried about no tradition. Man, have your Christmas whenever you do it. When you take communion, God says, do this in remembrance of me. That means that whenever you think about God, you can have communion. Whenever you think about him, wherever you think about him, you break bread and drink. Don't sit there and put yourself in a box. So number 2 is do something special before you hit the road or after. Number 3 says temper your expectations. Let me see what they mean by that. In these pandemic days, more than ever, it's important to keep in mind that not everyone is going to be filled with the holiday spirit. I'm going to say that's all the time. Temper your expectations. Not everyone is going to be filled with the Holy Spirit. Not everybody's going to be happy. Not everybody going to be go lucky at this point in time. Somebody somewhere in your family is going to be, I hate to say it, a hater. They're going to ask why you got more than me. What make you so special? Why you think you better than me? Why you think your kid is better than mine? When that's not even the case. What God has for you is for you. You don't know what a family has went through in order to get themselves to this point. When you were up, you were up. You had a birthday party, you had a Christmas party, the whole 30 days of December. But now that you can't, don't feel bad. Don't rain on nobody else's parade. It'll come back around. See, I found that the more you are happy for somebody else, the more you celebrate somebody else, the more God starts looking at you. Yeah. So temper your expectations. Don't think that, just because you're happy-go-lucky, you're optimistic. Yeah, my braces. Optimistic. Just because you see the glass as half full and not half empty, doesn't mean everybody look at the world in rose-colored glasses. Let people be who they are and accept who they are until God moves them into their. You might be where they're going to be next year. And you're going to ask them to extend that same grace. Yeah. So temper your expectations. Expect to share the road with holiday travelers. We already kind of talked about that with that that road rage incident. But man, just kind of back off, man. You probably be in Texas, or you might be in Chicago, or you might be in New York, and you see some people with some license plates that don't have New York on there, don't have Chicago on there, don't have Illinois on there, don't have Texas on there. Be a little courteous, man. They don't. I mean, they don't know. Everybody go to every city and say, "Ooh, y'all got some bad drivers down here." That's everywhere. But just kind of be just lay off the horn a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Back up a little bit. Take your time, because at the end of the day, you know they rushing to do whatever and get wherever. Just take your time, bro. It'll get there. Share the road. Have a good holiday experience. Plan your trip as Santa plans his. His. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Plan your trip for the holiday. 6, be of good cheer. Have a good attitude, man. Get in your truck. Have a good attitude. Don't be a Grinch. Do your thing. Don't move too quick. Take care of yourself. I hope not only for Christmas, but every time, every day, you take care of yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your goals that you've achieved. Celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate everything that you do. Celebrate getting home. Celebrate getting a load to a destination before time. Celebrate it all. Take care of yourself. Get your mental back in line to where you can move free and clear. Take care of yourself. That was it just so happened that was the last one. Number 7. Take care of yourself. And I think that's a good note to end on. Take care of yourself. And enjoy the holiday seasons. Make sure you watch out for kids. I think this is the last week of school until after the new year. Drivers, look, when you're going through these neighborhoods and when you're on these back roads and you have cars parked on the side of the street, please slow down and look. Look for little feet. Look for shadows, because these kids, they are happy. They got new toys. They're running across the street. They're moving. And we have to be very, very aware during this time as drivers. For the next 2 weeks, they will not be in school, so we need to be on alert. Be on alert, drivers. Take care of yourself. And always, always make sure you keep a good attitude about yourself. And man, don't take these CB beefs to heart. If you're going to talk trash, be able to receive it. If you're going to talk trash and you see somebody, they taking it to the next gear, get off the gas. Say, hey, man, you know what, you good? Shh. Look out there, driver. Shh. Hey, man, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? You have a good night. I'm gone. Shh. Let them have it, bro. Let them have it. They do drive-bys on trucks just like they do drive-bys on cars. Let them have it, bro. Hey, man, this has been the Freight Trapping Podcast, man. I have been your host, Mr. James Roberts. And, man, I hope you guys have a happy holidays, a blessed new year. I'm not doing any interviews, but I will be bringing you short clips. When there's news you can use, and I need to holler at you or whatever. It might be on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Friday, but the interviews we'll continue the interviews next year. Man, y'all be safe. Have a safe holiday week. Safe holiday weekend since Christmas falls on a Saturday. Man, be safe. Be safe. Be safe. And that's all, folks. We see you guys in 2022 with brand new interviews coming right your way. Y'all be good, man.